A military plane crashes into the town's water supply, but its existence is erased from the news. Its deadly cargo, a bioweapon, begins to silently turn the residents into homicidal maniacs. The first sign of the apocalypse appears on a peaceful baseball field. Sheriff David's day takes a dark turn when a local, Rory, walks onto the pitch carrying a shotgun. David tries to de-escalate, but Rory is unresponsive, his eyes vacant as if his mind has been wiped clean. The tense standoff ends tragically when David is forced to shoot him. An autopsy reveals the chilling truth. No drugs, no alcohol, something else is at play. Soon, the infection spreads. The school principal is found staring into space, completely catatonic. Another resident, Bill, exhibits the same zombie-like behavior at the clinic run by David's pregnant wife, Judy. That night, Bill's descent into madness culminates in an act of unimaginable horror. He starts a harvester in his barn, then locks his wife and son in a closet. As they hide in terror, he douses the house in gasoline and calmly burns it to the ground. With them inside, David arrives to find the house engulfed in flames and Bill standing outside, whistling as if nothing happened. The mystery deepens when poachers discover a decaying body in the swamp, a pilot attached to a parachute. Connecting the dots, David and his deputy Russell head into the swamp and find the source of the madness, a massive, submerged military plane. Realizing the town's water is contaminated, David confronts the mayor, pleading with him to shut off the supply. The mayor refuses, prioritizing the farming season over public safety. Defying orders, David secretly closes the main valve himself, a decision that could cost him his job. Returning to the station, they find the town's communication lines have been severed. No phone, no internet. The streets are eerily empty, and a mysterious black SUV speeds away when David approaches. The horror escalates at the morgue. David finds the coroner has gone mad, stitching the mouths and eyes of corpses shut. The once timid coroner attacks him with a bone saw. A terrifying struggle ensues until Russell arrives just in time to save him. Suddenly, the military descends on the town. But this is no rescue. Soldiers in hazmat suits round up every citizen, herding them into a quarantine zone. Anyone with a fever is brutally separated, even children. In a heart-wrenching moment, Judy, feverish due to her pregnancy, is torn from David's arms and dragged away, while David is processed with the healthy. The quarantine zone erupts into chaos as a truck smashes through the fence. David uses the pandemonium to escape and teams up with Russell, who also managed to break free. Meanwhile, Judy awakens in the clinic to a nightmare. The military has retreated, abandoning everyone. The infected principal stalks the halls, impaling survivors with a pitchfork. Just as he corners Judy, David bursts in, saving her life once again. Reunited, their new mission is to reach the highway evacuation point, but the military has disabled every car. They discover that the poachers from the swamp are now hunting people for sport, a gruesome sign of total societal collapse. On their way to find a working vehicle, they witness the military's true protocol, executing civilians and incinerating their bodies. They capture a soldier who warns them that the virus may be airborne, creating a rift of paranoia within the group. Their sanctuary is shattered when Rory's vengeful family attacks them, seeking payback for his death. In a brutal struggle, David is forced to kill again, but a disturbing sign emerges. Russell shoots the already dead attackers, just making sure, he says, but his eyes betray a growing, unhinged bloodlust. Escaping in a repaired car, they are immediately spotted by a helicopter and pursued into a car wash. Inside, they're ambushed by more infected. In the chaos, Judy's friend Becca is killed, and their car is destroyed by the chopper. Now on foot, they intercept the black SUV. The driver reveals the truth. The virus is a bioweapon called Trixie. As David tries to use the man to escape, Russell's paranoia boils over. He executes the driver without reason. The horrifying truth dawns on David. Russell is infected. The virus is consuming his mind. The bond of trust shatters as they near a military checkpoint. Russell, aware of the monster he is becoming, makes a final choice. He decides to sacrifice himself, creating a diversion so David and Judy can slip past. With his last act of humanity, Russell walks into the soldiers' gunfire, buying his friends a chance to live. But their hope turns to ash. They reach the evacuation point, only to find it is a mass grave. The military didn't evacuate anyone. They executed them all, healthy and sick alike, and burned the bodies. A voice on a radio reveals the final solution. In 10 minutes, the entire area will be contained. As they scramble to escape, they're cornered by the last dregs of humanity, the murderous poachers. In a final, desperate battle for survival, David and Judy fight back, dispatching the hunters and commandeering a truck. They race out of the containment zone just as the countdown hits 0. A mushroom cloud erupts behind them, erasing Ogden Marsh from the map. The blast wave flips their truck, but they survive. Bruised and broken, they walk towards the next city. But they are not free. A military satellite locks onto their position. As they approach civilization, a new containment protocol is initiated.